Miss Jody here, just a quick video to show you a few of the things that we have here at the center that can fit in our Arthropoda group, our arthropods. Obviously the cockroaches that we worked with earlier in the year when we were doing our biome study, I thought they would be really great to take a look at. I got two of them out here. This guy's actually being calm. The other one's in my hand. But he's been pretty calm, so I'm going to take a look at him. And I'm calling him because when we talked about the cockroaches, you remember, those things that look like eyes there are what we call the false eyes. And it just is for them to be, in a sense, looking a little bit intimidating to creatures. But the truth is, I'll flip this little girl that I have in my hand. The truth is the face, let me get her down here. The head and the face are really underneath on my phone to not be so blurry, but you know, it is what it is. So see the little head there? So the one on the top that look like eyes are just the false eyes. And this is the wiggly girl. Now with the boy, most of the time the false eyes are more prominent. So see how they're kind of pumped up a little bit there for the false eyes? And then the girl here, if I can get it, see how they're a little flatter? And so we would say, whoop, where you going, sister? That would be the female most of the time. And so these guys, obviously in Arthropoda and part of that insect group. And so we would look at them and we'd count those legs. There they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that 6-leg group versus the 8-leg with the arachnids. And then we see the exoskeleton that would be molted eventually as they grow. And you see the different colors here, the darker one of this and then this lighter guy here. He's pretty fascinating. And if you look at their legs, you see those like barbed-like things that look like, that helps them with their gripping. And in fact, if you've never held a cockroach before, well, you never should hold cockroaches unless they're, you know, obviously Madagascar and the cleaner ones, not ones you find in the sewers. When you first hold it, it feels like they're biting you because of the little barbs in their legs helping with holding on. But these guys are pretty good at crawling, and they can even go up on the glass and everything. So this is an under body version here of this guy. I mean, looking at his belly. And so remember we talked about how the arthropods will have segmented bodies, the head, even my phone will let me get in there, and the abdomen side of things. We got a lot of moving in and out. I'm stressing you out, baby. I'll flip you over. Sorry. Just had to look at you for a second. All right, so these guys obviously are live version, and we do have Dubai cockroaches too, but these guys are a little bit easier to handle. And then I'm going to move those to the side. And Catherine's here with me actually, and she's going to hold those so they don't get away. And I just had a few extra things here that we have that we use sometimes. This little display, I think that one of our old science teachers, Cindy, made for us, which is beautiful, nice drawing. And this is with the paper wasp, and realizing that they have given us the understanding of how to make paper, actually. And this, I think, is a nest of the, oh, you hear the birdies? I'm in the animal room. I'll show you how that's coming along. It's looking really good. But this is the paper wasp, and then you see the paper side of things. And if you've ever made handmade paper, in fact, I'm pretty sure, because I'm looking at it really close, the paper that this design is written on is actually a homemade paper made. See how it has different pieces of like little written things in it? See that right there, the B's and the C's? So I think maybe Cindy made this paper and then did the drawing and the design on it to represent, if Cindy did it, to represent the actual making of the paper-like part of the wasp nest. So that's pretty fascinating, learning how to chew it up and they flatten it out and all that. So those guys obviously are going to be in our arthropod group, and we have to look at them and say how many legs, what group do they go into. I'm sure you can answer that. And then there is this one that I sometimes show, and if we would be in class together, of course I'd be showing it. It's kind of got a glare here, but we have this little setup of some different butterflies, and obviously butterfly classification is pretty fascinating. There's a lot of different butterflies, but these are some live, or not live specimens, some mounted specimens. that we have showing different types of butterflies. There's also this one, which is a morning cloak butterfly. But the reason, I don't know why actually they have this one separate, or if it's just a different one. But I like this one because when you look at it, if you're not really familiar with the difference between butterflies and moths, you would think, oh, this is a moth, because sometimes with moths they have that fuzzier middle and their coloration looks like you know, a moth sometimes. But there's some differences between butterflies and moths, and this is actually a butterfly, and these are actual butterflies. The moths, a couple of the differences between the butterflies and the moths is how they rest their wings. So butterflies tend to rest their wings sort of together. This is the brushfoot butterfly, the white butterfly princess, the brushfoot butterfly. Lots of these brush-footed butterflies there. And this one, the white butterfly princess. That one's really pretty. So they rest their wings together. Another thing is they are diurnal. So versus the moths, a lot of them are nocturnal, and they like to be coming out at night. So there's a lot of differences between the two. And then in behavior-wise and stuff too, and there's some differences between their antennae and difference between the way that they create their cocoons and all that. And then there's this one. I'm getting a terrible glare. Try to turn it this way, but this one is another boxed item that we have, and I don't know where a lot of these have come from over the years. We've collected them, I guess, and it has a bunch of different arthropods. So, but you feel like because it has this arachnid in the middle, you feel like all of these go to that same category. But if you start counting legs, you got beetles with 6 legs, you got some bees with 6 legs, you've got not bees, cicada with 6 legs. You have more beetles over here, and then you have this guy down here and that guy down there. So, and then you got the arachnid in the middle, which is from a total different group. So, but still, this is really cool because these are specimens that have been mounted. If you ever have the opportunity to see an entomology or go to an entomologist or at a museum, look at an entomology, what is it called when they, collection. I went down to, was it the Creation Museum in Kentucky, and I had to pick up some fossils from there, and they showed me this amazing entomology bug collection they had in freezers from somebody that had donated it, and the person had been studying bugs forever, and they freeze them so that they can't, you know, break down and all that kind of stuff. They keep them at certain temperatures. Fascinating, like billions and billions of bugs. So that's really super cool. So these were just some things I wanted to show you since we can't be together, and we did have some arthropod things to look at here at the center. And like I said, the animal room, that's what I'm in right now. It's going along pretty well. I gave you an update, I think, last week on the new flooring and stuff. And we're still going to try to make that really nice biology wall mural across the back of this wall, so really brighten up this room. But this has given us, this new design has given our animal room a lot more room, because you can sit on benches and the picnic tables, and we have benches all around the room for people to interact with the animals. So that's super cool. All right, so that was just a little tidbit. It wasn't necessary, but I thought I'd show you because this is stuff we would normally be working with when we would be together, but we're separated, so boo-hoo. Miss you.